Hello everyone, I'm Stephanie Basu. Through this video, I would like to introduce you to triangles in the subject geometry. Before we discuss about triangles, let us first know about polygons. In geometry, a polygon is a plane figure made up of straight lines connected to each other, and it is two-dimensional in shape. There are no curved lines and there are no open sides. This word polygon comes from two Greek words, that is poly means many and gon means angle. So therefore a triangle comes from the family of polygons. Now let us understand what are triangles. A triangle is a polygon with three straight sides joined to each other. A triangle is a closed two-dimensional figure. As you can very well see in the figure below, a triangle has three sides, and these three sides are joined to each other. Therefore, this triangle will have three corners, and these corners are called vertices. Now, we know that when two straight lines join at a vertex forms an angle. So this triangle having three sides joining each other at 3 points will have three angles. And this triangle is contained on a single plane. Now, let us go into more details about triangles. Now, let me take you through the properties of a triangle. What are the special features of a triangle? As we have just seen, a triangle has three sides, three angles, and three vertices. Now, these three angles that we are talking about are called the interior angles of the triangle. And the sum of these three interior angles of the triangle is always equal to 180 degrees. Now let us talk about the sides of the triangle. The sum of the length of the two sides of a triangle is greater than its third side. Okay? Now, what is the meaning of perimeter? It is the length of the outline of a figure. And to find the perimeter of a figure, we have to add the lengths of its sides. Therefore, the perimeter of the triangle will be the sum of all three sides of the triangle. Correct? Am I clear? Now let's go into the area of a triangle. What do you understand by the area of a triangle? The area of a triangle is the region covered by the three-sided polygon or a triangle. And how do we calculate it? We calculate it by the formula which is equal to half base into altitude, or half into base into height. Of course, in this video, I'm not going to go into the calculations of the area of a triangle. I will touch it in my next video. Have a look at the types of the triangles. Triangles can be classified into 6 types. 3 based on length of their sides and 3 based on interior angles. Now the ones that are based on their sides are scalene triangle, isosceles triangle, and equilateral triangle. And the ones that are based on their angles are acute triangle,
obtuse triangle and right angled triangle. Okay? Now let us understand each one better. First, let me take you through triangles based on sides. Let us discuss scalene triangle. As you can see in the figure, a scalene triangle has all sides of different measures. Okay? The second property would be a scalene triangle has all the interior angles different measure to each other. But remember, if you sum up all the three interior angles, it should be equal to, correct, 180 degrees. Now, let us go into isosceles triangle. Now, in an isosceles triangle, as you can see in the figure, the lengths of two sides are always equal. So the angles opposite the equal sides are equal to each other. In other words, we can say that an isosceles triangle has two equal sides and two equal angles. But here also remember, the interior angles, all three of them, if you sum them up, it would be equal to 180 degrees. Good. Now coming to the equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle, all the lengths of the sides are equal. Can you see in the figure? All the sides are equal to each other. Now, in an equilateral triangle, all the interior angles are equal and measure 60 degrees. So 60 plus 60 plus 60 will give you 180 degrees. Got it? Now, since the angles of an equilateral triangle are same, it is also known as an equiangular triangle. Okay? Now let me take you through triangles based on angles. Okay? First one is acute triangle. An acute triangle is a triangle which has all the three interior angles acute. That means has a measure less than 90 degrees, as you can see in the figure. Now remember, no matter what, they may be having angles less than 90 degrees, but the three interior angles sum up to make 180 degrees. Remember that, okay? Next, let us go to obtuse triangle. An obtuse triangle is a triangle which has only one of the three interior angles obtuse. That is, has a measure which is greater than 90 degrees. Only one. So the other two will become acute and only one will be more than 90 degrees. But here again, the three interior angles sum up to make, very good, 180 degrees. Now let us discuss the last type of triangle, which is called the right angled triangle. As you can see in the figure, a right angled triangle is a triangle in which one of the angle is 90 degrees. Now, in a right angled triangle, the side which is opposite to the right angle is the longest side and it is called hypotenuse. Just to mention, a right isosceles triangle has two equal sides with one of the interior angles being 90 degrees. That is why it is called right isosceles triangle. That brings us to the end of the types of triangles. Okay? Now let's have a recap of what we have learnt. Okay? I have a few exercises made for you. Now the first one is you have to classify the triangle into acute triangle, obtuse triangle and right angle triangle to these 5 examples that I have put down for you. And in the second one, you have to classify the triangle according to its sides, that is equilateral, isosceles and scalene triangle. Okay? So begin. Are you all done now? Let's check the answers. Okay, now let us see how well you have understood triangles. Okay? Question number 1. A. The answer is right angle triangle. Why right angle? Because one angle is right. Now you could even call it isosceles triangle because it has 2 angles which are equal. Now going on to B. Answer is acute triangle. Why acute? Because all 3 angles are equal, or rather less than 90 degrees. That's what I meant. And they are called equilateral triangle also because all 3 angles are equal. Now going to C. Acute triangle again. Why? Because all 3 angles are less than 90 degrees. You could even call it scalene triangle because all 3 angles are different. Now coming to D. Obtuse triangle. Why obtuse? Because one angle is an obtuse angle. Now going to E. Right angle triangle. Why so? Because one angle is 90 degrees. Now taking you down to question number 2. The first one, A, is a scalene triangle because all 3 sides are unequal. B is an equilateral triangle because all 3 sides are equal. And C is an isosceles triangle because 2 sides are equal. I have a few more questions for you. Okay? So number 3, you have to find perimeters of triangle. You remember what is perimeter? Perimeter is the sum of all 3 sides. So there are 3 questions here. Just find out the perimeter of these 3 questions. Okay? And the fourth one is you have to find the missing angle. There are 3 angles in a triangle. You have the value for 2 angles. Find the missing angle and also don't forget to mention what kind of triangle it is. Okay? So let's begin. I'm sure you all have completed your work. Now let's check the answers. Okay, now going with the third question, A. The answer is 18.4 centimeters. The next one, B. Answer is 12 centimeters. Third one, C. Answer is 14.3 centimeters. Okay. Now let's go into the fourth question. A. The missing angle is 50 degrees and you are having two 50 degrees angle in this triangle, so it is called an isosceles triangle. B. The missing angle is 60 degrees, so you are having all three angles in this triangle 60 degrees, so it is called an equilateral triangle. C. The missing angle is 50 degrees and you are having one angle which is more than 90 degrees. So therefore, this triangle would be obtuse triangle. And the last but not the least, the missing angle is 45 degrees and you are having 190 degrees angle. So therefore, this triangle would be right angled triangle. Some of you must have written isosceles triangle. That is also right. Okay. So now this brings us to the end of my class. Have a lovely day and thank you for your attention. Please don't forget to watch my next videos and don't forget to give a like. Okay. Bye. See you. Have a lovely day.